guys, this is Kelly. Mari and I are back with another challenge layout. We are using a sketch as our inspiration this week, and I have chosen this sketch by Citrus Twist Kits. Unfortunately, part of my footage did not get recorded. I record with my iPhone, and someone had called and the ringer was on mute, so I didn't know it, so it stopped recording. And luckily, I discovered this when I went over to my sewing machine. So what I'm showing you is that I have a strip of washi that I tore in half, and I layered a couple of papers from a Felicity Jane kit as my pattern paper strips, and I tore the edge of my cardstock and I stitched down that one side. And on my photo, what I did was just backed it with a piece of paper, adhered it to a doily, and I used some crochet twine to wrap around my photo and adhere that wood veneer. So I'm sorry about that, but there's still at least, a decent amount that you can see of what I've done. That just irritated me. I haven't had a lot of time in the scrapbook room, and I just totally forgot to turn the ringer on so that if it rings or if somebody tries to call, I can catch it. So the sketch does call for a circular element up top, and I have several of these hearts. I'm going to go back and forth between that black heart and the white heart with the black outline. I'm trying to see what looks best, and ultimately I decide to use the white heart with the black outline. Although, when I'm looking back at it, I really like this darker heart, so I may go back and switch it just because I feel like that darker heart really added some extra weight and a better balance with the life die cut. So a little bit about this photo. This is my daughter, and this was taken in January, and she had pretty much just started driving at that point. And I will tell you, if you haven't taught a teenager how to drive, you are in for an experience if you ever do that. I can tell you that right there. I would tell both of my kids that I feel like I'm sprouting gray hairs as we speak. It is a very stressful time. There's no break for the parent, and to put yourself in that kind of position. I mean, yes, you can start off in a church parking lot and all that. Yes, it helps, but let me tell you, it doesn't take away the fright when they don't pull out fast enough, or they, cut a car off by mistake, or, all of those things that other moms, I'm sure, understand when they're teaching a teenager how to drive. So anyway, I'm going to title this Teen Life because my daughter's having a blast and me not so much. I did this with my son, and I will try to link that video as well. And I titled that one, Jesus Take the Wheel, after, I think I did something around that, but that was, the inspiration came from the Carrie Underwood song. So I do have a couple of pieces of wood veneer, and I decided that hello phrase or speech bubble would be perfect up there, first of all, because Emily is smiling and I'm cringing, because that's a real life cringe. Y'all, I was very cringy at that time. She's so much better now. And, I have a hard time using speech bubbles, so I thought that that would be perfect up there. Plus, it balances out the wood veneer. It's not necessarily 3 separate clusters, but it's wood veneer in 3 separate places on the page. So I'm going to put some foam adhesive or foam dots underneath that heart wood veneer that I have hanging off of the photo. My photo is up on craft foam. I like that extra dimension that it gives, so I wanted to just support that wood veneer piece as well, because I'm fine that it's not exactly flush, but I just didn't want it to either bend the photo or dent the paper when I put it into the page protector. So again, I'm sorry that part of the process got cut off. At least the part that got cut off was just me trimming down the papers. The paper choices pretty much spoke for themselves. I chose that green and pink floral, and then I just chose that black and white because I wanted a contrast, and that pink gingham because that is probably one of my favorite papers in the kit. And the last thing that I am going to do is glue some sequins down. So I'm going to have some close-ups at the end so that you can see more details of the page. And I will link Mari's channel in the box below. Be sure and check out her video and her take on the sketch that she chose. So thanks so much for joining me. It's so good to finally start, to be back and creating. I have missed this tremendously. Thank you for all of your sweet comments. I have read them all and I truly appreciate it. Take care. Bye.